Welcome, everybody. We're so excited that you are here and spending your time. We're going to talk about something super exciting. Now, there's a couple different types of people that are here, right? So some of you might have been hearing about these body balancing skinny jobs, and you're like, what is this all about? Like, what is this, whole people, why are people so excited about it, right? And some of you are a part of our wellness communities. So you've already been experiencing these amazing products, and you're like, this is so interesting because I'm hearing about people that are actually able to make money like spreading the knowledge of health and being able to really share this gift of health, right? So you're here today for different reasons, and regardless of what it is, we're hoping that you're going to get some value out of it, because you're going to be learning a way to be growing an online business, but in a fun way, with automations, with systems built for you. And I'm so excited because you're not going to hear too much from me. I'm actually going to be introducing you guys to some experts. Now, this power couple have decades, literally combined decades of experience in this industry. They're experts in online marketing. They have brilliant marketing minds. And what I love is some of you, when you hear about online business, social selling, or just business in general, it might be a little bit intimidating, right? You might be like, oh, I don't know, right? I'm not, a social media influencer. I don't have a huge following. I'm not that amazing at communications, and like, how can I build a business? I have no business skills, right? So you might be feeling that way. And what I'm really excited is because this couple literally have built systems that help the average person. Like, I started this business when I was 20 years old. I came here from China. I didn't even speak English. I had no friends. Like, I did not know from my butt to my elbow how to build a business. Okay. And now 15 years later, I'm still here, right? And so what I'm so excited is, regardless of your background, right? Regardless of where you come from, whether you have experience or you have, no experience in business or online marketing, what you're going to be hearing today is going to be literally a system that anybody can do. So whether you're here because you just really want to help people, with health, and whether you want to be a part of a community that have a lot of fun, and whether you want to, make $500 a month, or even like 6 figures and 7 figures, right? So I'm super excited to introduce you this couple. One thing I want to say is they have literally been the fastest growing leaders in our organization, actually in the entire company. And they're just really bringing this innovation that's making your job easier in building your business and be able to achieve your goals, right? So I'm super excited to invite to the stage. Let me add spotlight to you guys. We have Angel Whitmire and James Leonard. This power couple, don't they just look beautiful?
She's the better one. My better three quarters, as your James would say.
Yes. Yes. Thank you guys so much for sharing your wisdom. I think you're going to bring so much value to the community. So I'm going to just pass it to you guys. Take it away.
Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you so much for just inviting us onto the call tonight, and everyone for showing up and just hanging out with us, whether you're watching live or the replay. We're just excited to really be here and share exactly what you said. I know it always sounds like I'm older than when people say decades of experience. Yeah. It's like, oh, well, I feel like I'm in my 60s or something, which I feel sometimes that I live in my 20s and I have the experience of an 80-year-old in certain things. But tonight, I think what we're going to really talk about, because this is going to be a conversation. We don't have slides. Don't worry about that. We're not going to be doing anything like that. It's really just a conversation between us and one of our dear friends. Because what you're going to hear tonight is really about a way that you can create income online, whether you're an influencer, not an influencer, whether you love social media, hate social media, whether you've ever built a website or never want to build a website, whether you love emails or hate emails. It's going to work for everybody. So we want to hop right into it, because the reason that we created this system was really because of this one right here. We've been together for almost 4 years now, and she's been very successful in this industry of a home-based business and working from home, and also in the wellness sector. And I've observed her over the last 2 years. And it's really boggled my mind sometimes. I try to get her to do planners and make spreadsheets. And I think whenever I say spreadsheets, her brain like rattles a little bit. She's like, no, not doing that. And so I'm always trying to figure out how does she have this success without doing a lot of those things? And then how do we duplicate that? And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. But before we hop into the machine that we'll talk about tonight, I wanted Angel to share a little bit about, where she comes from and her story of marketing online, how she was successful, and then a little bit of transitioning into, what we're doing right now.
Yes, thank you. I love when Becky said this really could be for the average person, because that was me 9 years ago, like literally 9 years ago. I'd never been in network marketing before. I just had my daughter. She was 2 months old. I was still nursing at home with a baby on workers' comp. I think I've shared my story before of like how I even got introduced to the industry. I just wanted to change. I just wanted to change my life and make it better and not have to work the 9 to 5 and the grind and all the things. And when I first started, social media, I would say Facebook had been around for a few years. But I had maybe 800 friends on Facebook. Like I wasn't using Facebook for business. I literally was just posting cute pictures of my now newborn baby, right? So I did not have a following. So if you're on here and you're like, I only have 800 friends, guess what? You can do this. Because I did not have that when I started. But what I realized is when I got introduced to this industry and when I enrolled with the person that got me started, they had systems in place. And I'm so grateful for that, because that is literally why I'm successful today. If they wouldn't have had systems, I would have had no idea even what to do. Literally, they told me, okay, I'm going to show you how to make an attraction post on Facebook. So which is what most of you are already doing. You're doing a testimony on your wall. You're sharing the benefits of what products are doing for you. Just lifestyle in general about, maybe you've earned an incentive trip here. You're sharing an attraction post on social media. Then they said, when someone says they want info, you're going to add them to our Facebook community over here. This is when the ATM was really hot, when you could just add people to your group without them even being approved.
Good old days.
You would add them to the Facebook group and then you would tag them in a video, right, for them to watch. Then you would message them and follow up. And you would do that over and over and over. Now, even though I put someone in that Facebook group, doesn't mean that they're just like sitting there and like they are sitting there and marinating and getting dripped on and all the things, but I still had to go back and follow up with those people. And mind you, whenever these people were ready to get started, I then had to be on the phone with them for an hour to get them launched and started and all the things. And mind you, I just had a newborn. So I didn't have a lot of time. I mean, I had downtime when she had napping, but not a lot of time, right? But I made it work. But it was because of the systems, because of the Facebook group, the ATM. So fast forward now to today, that is not the case with Facebook groups. I don't know if you've noticed, but the ATM is just not as successful as it was back then, because now Facebook has grown so far. Social media has grown so much. Everyone's doing network marketing, you think. They're really not. But a lot of people now are looking for home-based business, have side gigs, all the things. So I think we're being inundated with home-based business or business online or like affiliate marketing. Like there's so much out there, right? And so people like kind of just get numb to it after a while, right? And so also too, Facebook groups are changing. I tried to make a post the other day in our partners group and it blocked me, saying I was trying to get likes. Like it literally would not post our replay of a video we did. And so things are just changing with social media, with Facebook, all the things. And so, for us, it was like, what can we do to, do what I do so well as far as systemize and then follow up? How do I do that? Because he would always say, like, how do you know this person that wants to get started? I'm like, I don't know them. I know that, like, I know they're on Facebook, but I don't really know them. But they reached out from one of my posts, right? And then I would find myself having to go into Messenger and like follow up, because I don't have a spreadsheet, guys. I really don't. I'm the worst at this. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be honest. I would just scroll on my Messenger and then follow up. I did not have a list. You probably should make one. I'm just not that way. So you can build a business here without making lists. But This is going to change everything for you guys with this machine because it allows you to share and it does the follow-up for you. So you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, did I follow up with so-and-so? Oh my gosh, because I would miss so many people, right? In my messenger, because I don't remember because I didn't keep a list. Shame on me, right? So now this allows you to have a list and it follows up for you on the back end. So that's kind of why I was successful in the first place, is really just having systems in place. And so if you're looking at this as like, hey, I want to start transitioning to online business or doing online marketing, great. We're going to show you exactly what to do step by step. And you're going to be blown away at like people just coming back to you and say, hey, I'm ready to purchase. Hey, where's your link? Right. And so, and if you would want me to say more.
And that's really what tonight is about. Tonight is really about the future of online marketing, right? So if you're watching this, you might have no idea what even we're talking about. You might be like, wait a minute, what are the products you guys have? What's this business model? How's this work? If I push all that to the side, you'll see so many things like Angel said online about how to affiliate this or how to sell that or join this program or MRR or all these different things that are out there that you can then go sell and make money off of.
Yeah.
And most of these are all online. The challenge with them is you have to learn how to do them.
Mhm.
And that's not so much the challenge, because I think everyone on this is probably capable of learning. If you watch enough YouTube videos and try hard enough, you can figure this stuff out. The problem is that does not duplicate.
Mhm.
That doesn't allow you to leverage in this business model that we have. This is all about leveraged income. And if you don't know what leveraged income is, that's income that you don't work for. You might work for it once, but you never work for it again. Some people might refer it as residual income. Leveraged income is where you're leveraging the time, efforts of lots of people, products, and things in one location. That's what we have here is leveraged income. So the reason we built this is so we could access that, not for ourselves, because we know how to do this. We've been doing this for a long time. I think the biggest change that we've seen over the last few months since we've been doing this is she's now has other people on her team that are easily duplicating this. People that don't need to know how a funnel works and an automated workflow and all these different terms that people build inside automations. Myself, I had a branding and marketing agency for about 7 years. And most of the people that I worked with were people that were very successful, maybe have been in the company a long time, like James and Becky, been around for 13 years at the same company, has made a lot of income. They want to build a list, they want to build a platform, they want to build something like that. That's what I would do. And I had about 20 to 50 clients every month that we were doing that for. And I haven't been in that industry for a few years, but the thing that I brought from that is when we came here, I was like, I wonder if we could make like the ultimate client here. When I did this for other clients, I would always go, okay, what do you need? What do the people in your business need? And someone would say this and someone would say that. And now here, we're putting everything we've ever learned in one location. So for example, like you mentioned, if you're on here and you've ever done a home-based business or really done anything online, the biggest pain point that most people have is talking to other people. What do they say? Where do they find them? Attracting all those different things. What's that messaging sequence? Well, here, the messaging sequence is just like this. I post something up, you show interest in that, I message you and go, hey, go check it out here. And then I'm kind of done.
And then you don't have to learn how to follow up, because I think that was really hard, was actually learning how do you follow up with somebody,
or when.
And it would always be so awkward, like, hey Becky, are you ready to get started? Hey, did you watch that video? Hey, and you don't know what's going on in their life. They could have just lost their cat or dog or maybe a loved one, right? And you're bugging them if they're ready to buy your product, right? And so it just always felt oogie to me. And so this is like an organic way of follow-up without you having to do it and then teaching someone how to do it. It actually just does it for you.
And so that was the first piece. The first piece was, okay, how do we make it so somebody that's not experienced in online marketing can go out there, do an attraction post, learn how to do that, because I can just give you a copy paste message and you can put it in a color block on Facebook and you can get people to comment back on that. I can teach a monkey how to do that. And so when you do that, after that, and they have interest, then it's putting them into this automated machine with automated follow-ups, communities, events. All these different things are very strategic. In this industry, in home-based business, a lot of people will kind of just throw spaghetti on a wall, and they'll go, well, let's try this, or let's try that, or I hope this works. And they end up feeling like they're always on like a little hamster wheel. They're always trying to come up with the newest, coolest thing to get more people attracting to them so they could talk to more people. They're always looking for new.
I have a thing too. Is like who here has ever done a vendor event?
Ooh, yes.
And you've always had them write their name down on a piece of paper, right? And you lose it,
Right.
or they don't write the right thing or whatever.
Sure.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like you literally could have an iPad and they're going to opt in and be like, hey, fill all this out. I'm going to send you the information. And it goes right to them and they have your contact, right? They get to follow up with you and then you get to follow up with them with the emails. And so it's going to help so much if you're used to like doing vendor events or events like that.
Well, just a huge note you just made, because this isn't just online marketing.
You could do this belly to belly.
You meet someone at a coffee shop. They go, what do you do? Oh, I have an online business. I help people make money online. Oh, how do I learn more about that? Oh, go to this website. And they go in, there you go.
And guess what?
Oh.
You don't have to be on Facebook to do this either, right? You could do this off Facebook, because there's some people like, I don't even want to be on Facebook. Can I do this without Facebook? Yes.
Right.
You actually just send the link. They go into the website, the funnel, and then they get followed up, right? So yeah, you definitely do not have to be on social media, which is what I love too, because I said this on the last call that we were on, is like one day we woke up and all of us didn't have Facebook for a couple hours and everyone thought the end of the world was happening. And so it allows you to grow your business off of social media as well.
Well, and then too, so we have that one piece, right? We have the piece where you can go out there, get people into this machine. They can get automation follow-ups, all this kind of stuff. We have that piece. Okay, check. Well, that's just one piece, right? The other piece was when somebody goes, okay, I want to make money doing this. How do I do this? That was a huge thing too, literally, because now you're having to train somebody. And if you're good at training, great, you can train somebody. If you're not good at training, or you don't want to be a trainer, you don't want to be a coach, you don't want to do those things, it's a challenging thing to do now. So we created a whole onboarding series of like, okay, what are these simple steps that you can do to get started, and give them emails and all these different communities and recognition and all of these things built into it where it handles all the training. So when somebody comes in here and goes, listen, I don't want to be a coach, I don't want to be a trainer, wonderful. Everything is done for you, and we have it all automated for you. And the last thing was really about customers. Because here's the thing, some people don't want to be a trainer or a speaker or do lives like this. I'm an introvert, just to let you know that. No one believes me, but I'm a trained extrovert. And if you're not a person that likes doing this, wonderful. We're going to do it all for you. We have all these systems and tools for you to do it. And so if you don't want to do that, and you don't want to become a health coach, you're like, hey, I don't want to like coach some on their health and their wellness and all this stuff. Wonderful. We've got systems for that too. We've got Facebook groups, communities, the company runs challenges, all these different things that you can plug into for all the people that become customers. So all of these points were in place. And then my last little aha with this machine really came down to this understanding that in our industry, a lot of people, they want to remove themselves from the equation. So a lot of people go, okay, James, that's great. I want to be able to not talk to anybody. No one speaks to me. Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to talk to any humans, and I want them to buy my product and want to make money. I'm like, well, here's the thing. That's called Amazon. And that's not this business. This business, the reason that everyone on this call, or if you're looking at this, the reason why you would get paid from this company is because you were involved in the transaction. But the question is how do you be involved in the transaction, but still have time to raise babies and have a life and all that stuff? The way to do that is there's only about 3 times you need to talk to anybody here. Attraction. I attract somebody. They go, what's that about? I put them in the machine. They go, great. They come back. They go, all right, Angel, I want more information. She goes, well, you want to be a customer or you want to make some money? I want to be a customer. Wonderful. then there's the touch point. She puts them in as a customer and she gets them on the customer machine. And then, or if they come back, they go, wait a minute, I want to be a brand partner, or I want to make some money here. Great. Then she puts them in there. So she's got these very specific touch points. So she doesn't worry. Do I follow up in 2 days? Do I send them this message?
Thank God.
All of those different things are done for you, but you're still involved. Because remember, in order to get paid here, there still needs to be involvement. If you're not involved, then you're probably not going to get paid a lot in this type of industry. Because again, it comes down to one thing, and that's relationships.
Yeah.
That's what this business is really about. The reason that someone's going to buy from Angel or someone else is because the relationship they have. We don't pay for advertising.
No.
We don't do Facebook ads. This is all person to person talking. And so that's really why we created this. And finally, it was to have fun.
Yes.
Why don't you talk a little bit about how you actually follow up with people? And I'll bring Kelley on.
I'm just a friend and I'm a human, and I go and love on all their social media posts. I go to their stories. Now, do we have teammates that I go and love on? Yes, sometimes, but most of the time I'm talking to new people to love on, new people to conversate with. And then the people that have actually, said, hey, that have reached out, said that they wanted info, and I sent them the link. Now I'm loving on their stuff, right? Because you always want to be in front of them. It's exposure, 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 but I'm not hounding them. Are you ready to get started? I'm like, oh my gosh, Becky, where did you get that dress? That dress is so beautiful on you. Like, you're just having now, don't say that if you don't like your dress, but what I'm saying is have a normal conversation and be authentic and comment. Like, it's social media for a reason. It's for you to be social. I see so many people, and I'm not calling anyone out here, but they will post and they will pray that people just reach out to them. They don't reach out. They don't conversate with people. They don't comment or love people's posts. It's not going to just come to you.
Yeah.
I promise you. But if you stay consistent, you expose people to what you have, you get people in the machine and let it do its work, and you be a human and a friend and conversate and love, you will have success in this business. I promise you. And we're going to show you with someone that has had massive success by doing this.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, right? It's about having fun and making it so other people can do it.
And it's fun. So much fun.
And it's fun. We have a funny acronym because it's follow up, never again. It makes it so it's fun that when all your follow up is really just what she said, being a human. Because when she sends Becky that authentic, hey, I really like your dress, where's Becky go? She goes in the Messenger. Mm-hmm. What's also in Messenger? The link that Angel sent her a week ago. Mm-hmm. That's follow-up. The follow-up's not like, hey, Becky, did you watch it? Hey, Becky, did you see it? Hey, Becky, you want to join?
Because
hey,
Becky's going to see my message,
right?
And she's going to scroll up like, oh, yeah. And she's going to say, probably half the time people say, oh, yeah, I forgot. I did see your message above. I've been meaning to reach out to you. So glad you reached out. I'm ready to get started. They say that. I didn't ask them. But if you're not conversating and putting yourself in front of them, they're not going to reach out. People are stalking you on Facebook.
Yep.
Let's just be real. They're watching you. Okay. But they're not always going to reach out. So you have to reach out. You have to be doing the reach outs. You have to have those little touches. Hey, I haven't seen you active on Facebook in a while. Just wanted to check in. How are you? Like, be a human.
Yep.
Be nice. Have conversations and just connect with people. Promise you, it'll make your day as well.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's who we want to bring on next. You mentioned, this person has done amazing things, not just here at this company, but in her entire career. Online marketing has been in the top 1% of companies. And really why we wanted to bring her on, because we want to show you can go at any pace you want here. Mm-hmm. You can go at a slow pace. You can go at a fast pace. You can go at a medium pace. Whatever that pace is for you, you can do that here in this machine. Because if somebody goes, okay, Angel, how do you get to this position? How do you make this much money at this company? She can literally say now, if you put 100 people into this machine, you will make this much money.
Which means just talk to 100 people.
Right.
And share what you're passionate about and what you're loving.
Yeah. And so we get to bring on our really great friend, Kelley. We've known her for a few years. She has been extremely successful. I won't share her numbers because they intimidate the heck out of me. When I hear her numbers, I'm like, what you did, who, where, what, and why? And it's amazing what she's done in this industry and what she's done in a short period of time here, because she came into this company, probably how some of you are looking at this company now. to evaluate it. She came in to go, I don't know if this is something I want to do, but I do have a relationship with you guys. I trust you, so I'll take a look at it. And that's your only job, is to get people to take a look and decide for themselves. We didn't pressure and go, Kelley, you got to buy these drops. They're amazing. We just said, hey, come in, check it out, evaluate it, and see what happened. Go ahead.
No, and I wanted to say this to inspire people. She is a multimillionaire.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, that's it.
And she's going to be very humble about that. But I'm going to share that because don't be afraid to talk to anybody. Like, reach out to people. No one's off limits in this industry. And this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no one's off limits. Like, people are searching and people are hurting out there. And so I just have to share that
because on my chicken list.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're always like, Kelley, what do you think about
Kelley,
this?
what do you think of this? Right. Let's see what happens.
So you never know who's waiting for an answer to prayer, right?
Yeah,
So
and that's huge.
share that.
So it's huge because, again, I would love for Kelley just to come on and share a little bit about maybe what she has done, where she came from, what it was like to, earn 7 figures in an industry, in this business, that life-changing ability, but then also, what did you have to do for it, and how does it feel different now? Because it's a different feeling, probably. So share a little with us, Kelley, and see what we can glean from.
By the way, our newest vice president.
Amazing.
In like a week or something. Like crazy, 9 days.
Hey, guys. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So, Angel, listening to your story, it's so much like mine. I feel like we have such similar history and stories. I am a mom. I am a mom of 5 daughters. I have 7 grandkids. So when I started, oh my gosh, close to 15 years ago, I was a mom first, and I was just looking for an opportunity to be able to be a mom and be home and still earn money. So I had no idea what I was doing. I had like 200 friends on Facebook. I had no influence, so I was just like, okay, show me what to do. No one could show me what to do. So that's a little difference in our story. When I got started, there were no systems and tools. It was throwing spaghetti against the wall and hoping that something stuck. And so after year, it was constantly learning or like trying to figure out, okay, how do I help more people do what I do? But I was so overwhelmed, and I was working 24/7. I was on my phone all the time. I'm bouncing babies and pushing strollers, and I'm on the phone, and I was, on Zooms every night. It was insanity. So I knew that would not duplicate, that most moms would not do what I was doing. And I thought, gosh, this can't be it, right? Like, there's got to be some kind of like way that we can systemize this to make it where my daughter at 21 can join and be successful, or my neighbor who's 70 can join and do what I do and still make money. And it took a long time of trying different things. And I realized that most people in this industry don't have systems and tools. They just don't. That's the reality. Or they have a little bit, but nothing that's going to like give them the actual freedom that this industry talks about so much. I mean, how many times have you seen a post on social media or listen to someone say, "Oh, I'm in network marketing and I have so much time," right? I always looked at that and I was like, well, I'm with the wrong company because I have no time. I was like, I have no freedom. Like, I'm making money, but I couldn't even enjoy it or like have that freedom that I was looking for because I was just in hustle mode all the time. There was never a time that I could turn it off. And year after year, I thought, is this really what I want to do? Like, this isn't bringing me joy or freedom or more time with my kids and with my family. So when James and Angel brought this opportunity to me, and it wasn't even really about the products for me, it was about the systems and tools, because I knew immediately that this was going to change the game entirely, that this was going to give more people the ability to do and achieve what I did without having to do what I did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's huge.
So good.
I think it's huge because I mean, when you were evaluating this company, it wasn't like, oh, can I make money at it? I mean, that was part of it, but it really was, I think your driving motive, what you said to her all the time is your mission is to help moms make money.
Mm-hmm.
And so it came down to the systems because moms bouncing babies and chasing strollers and doing all that stuff can't be on Zooms all day long and really not know who to follow up with or who to talk to, and having a system that you could say, hey, just like you just said, somebody could do it whether they're 70, whether they're 20, and still have success and not have to have this huge learning curve. I think that's what you saw here too, was like you come in here and do it quickly, and you brought friends in that they were super skeptical and they're like, it doesn't work like this. You have to work hard for results. Talk a little about that too, what you've experienced with people coming in that are like, no, Kelley, we have to work hard. We have to get on calls at least 6 times a day to make this happen.
We're having
or it won't work.
We're having to do some detoxing on
Yeah.
that.
I was going to say, this is a mindset shift. This is a lifestyle change. Just joining this company. If you knew the backstory, it's one day you'll hear it. But coming into this, I thought, okay, like James said, I had a goal. I said, I want to help 100 moms make $1,000. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but to me, when I started, $1,000 would have been like $1 million. So like I knew if I needed that and I prayed for that, that there was so many other moms that just needed to make $1,000. So I said, okay, how do I give that opportunity to someone and they can still be present with their families? They can have a spouse, they can have children, they can go to their kids' volleyball games or little league or whatever it was. And so believe me, like anything in life, you get what you put into it. So I'm not saying that you do not have to give your time, your energy, your effort, because you do. If you want to be successful, you absolutely have to. However, you don't have to sacrifice your family and your non-negotiables to do it. And this is proof that you don't. So I think it's so important that people know, yes, you have to invest the time, the energy, and the effort, but you don't have to sacrifice your family. You don't have to sacrifice your home time or whatever is important to you to be able to be successful. And the machine is proving that.
Amen.
Amen. Well, I mean, the question that you wanted to pose to Kelley is really more about like what happens when somebody gets into this, because like you just said, it's a mindset shift, right? Because if somebody is doing this online or they've never done this online, that mindset shift that you have to make, what's that look like? Because if I'm coming in and I'm new, or I've been successful in online marketing like you have and other people that you're exposing to this as well, what has been that mindset shift for you? Because I know, like you said, what was it that
people are just, they feel like they need to be in control of who is opted in, right? They're like, oh my gosh, did so-and-so get in? Go talk to more people. And I'll let you share why you feel, what your stance is on that.
So that is really important. So I feel like I was guilty of this. I've done this a lot in my 15 years in this industry. Control is a huge thing. I am like, I have to do everything. So because of where I started and I had to create systems and I had to be in control, I have that mindset, right? So I'm like, we have to follow up. What do you mean, James? I can't just give them a link. I got to message them back and see if they got the link. I got to message them back and see if they put their email in. I was like frantic, right? And a couple of the girls that I brought over had that same system of like, I have to do everything. Well, what do you mean you just put them in the machine? So in 2 days, I don't have to send them a message and be like, hey, do you want to buy this product? Hey, did you watch the video? Hey, whatever it is. That was our system. Like it was constantly like reaching out, touching people back, not in the way that Angel talked about. It was more of like, are you going to buy this? Are you going to join? Are you going to buy this? Are you going to join? And that is exhausting. And with the machine, you don't have to do that. And it gives you the time. And this is key, y'all. If you hear anything, hear this. It gives you the time to build relationships with people. And if you want to be successful in this business and make a lot of money and make an impact, that is the key. Building real relationships with people, not selling them your product, not getting them to join your team. It's building relationships. And because the system does the follow-up, it does the touchback on the product, it gives them the education, it shares the technology, whatever it is, it frees you up to, like Angel said, go comment on their brand new baby's picture. Hey, congratulations. Or, oh my gosh, looks like you're having an amazing vacation. You know, whatever it is, it gives you that time to actually build relationships. And in the long term, that is really what's going to bring you the success, not following up and following up. Did you want to buy this? Do you want to make this purchase? Hey, did you watch that video? Right? Those are all okay things, but we've replaced doing that with the machine. So once you touch that first initial touch of like, hey, I'm interested, and you send them into the machine, guess what? You sit back, and I will tell you that since I've only been in a couple of weeks, literally, and I was mind blown. I think I texted James. I was like, oh my gosh, people are messaging me. Like, I send them a link and they're in the machine and they're writing me, like, asking for more information. I'm like, this never happens. I was like, what in the world? Like, it really does work because it forces people, like, naturally and organically to check out what you have and then to ask questions. So before, I was having to constantly touch back. Did you watch the video? Hey, what did you think? Do you want to join a Facebook group? It was me having to do all that busy work. Now imagine that I'm trying to grow a business and I'm reaching out to 50 people a day or 100 people a day. That means I have to follow up with all of those people doing all of those touchbacks. That left me no time to do anything that brought me joy. And so now it's the craziest thing. I send this machine, people message me back, oh, that seems really interesting. How much is it? I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like, what is happening here, right? So it gives them the information, and when they're ready or if they have questions, they get to stroll at their own pace. They get to go watch a video. And if they have a question, they're going to ask you. If they say, you know what, this looks really awesome. I have hormonal issues. Like, I really want to try those drops. How much is it? Right? So they're messaging you and you're building that rapport and communicating, and you didn't follow up with them. The machine did. How amazing is that, you guys?
So good. Mic drops. Like, there's so many golden nuggets in that, what you just shared. So I want to ask you guys on here, when's the last time that you have had a friend that has had a product or a service or affiliate link, and you're like, hey, send me info on that. And they send it to you and you take the time and sit down for like an hour or two and go through it? Never. Like, literally, we like look at it for a second and then we'll go back to it like a day or two later, or it may be like, you know, you may just purchase and buy, but most of the time we have to take time to kind of process it and look through it and all the things. And there's so many times when people have come and asked me to now enroll as a brand partner, and they've said, thank you so much for not pressuring me. Like, we just love y'all's laid back approach. You haven't reached out to me to bug me and ask me. Like, we love that you have not pressured us. And like, that was huge for me, because I was like, oh my gosh, think about all the times that I have done that. Like, I have done that. Like, hey, you ready to get started? And, you know, when you sent them the link, maybe their grandma died the next day, right? And so you just have to think, people have lives. They're not always on their phone looking at your link, right? Or looking at the information you sent or anything. And so we have to show more grace to people and be more respectful of their lives. And I think with this machine, it, like you said, allows you to just take yourself out of it, and they will come back when they're ready. Because who are we ultimately looking for? People that are ready, people that are holding their hand up. They're ready to get started. They're ready to, you know, earn money. They're ready to take your product. I don't want to hound people. Like she said, people will come back to you. Watch. And it may take a little while, but as you stay consistent, it will happen. They'll start to pop.
Well, and Kelley, I wanted to ask you a question on that too, because one of the things that you're going through right now also is, where do I put my focus, right? What do I focus on? And the focus used to be the grind. I think you said it perfectly. You know, it's about the relationship, not the sale.
Yes.
It's not about someone buying it. It's someone going, hey, I want to give this a try because we have a good relationship. I trust you, and I want to see if it's going to work for me. And they make that decision. So I think the question comes down is when people ask, they go, oh, we're talking about the machine and social media and all this stuff. What do you actually do? Like, what do you do now all day? Because you've got still grandbabies and all that kind of stuff. Like, what is your day look like? Are you doing power hours? Are you cranking it out? No. So what does it look like to do this business now with this machine? What's that look like?
So for me, and this, everybody has a different experience, but I had a little bit, if I'm being honest, I had a little bit of our industry's PTSD. Like I had been in for so long and I have gone through the great things. I've made a lot of money. And I've been really successful and I've had a lot of joys, but I've had a lot of lows, right? I've had a lot of just burnout. Anybody else ever experienced burnout? So I lost the joy in that. And for me, as a mom, like joy is important to me. Like the Lord says, be in joy, live in joy. And that's what I wanted to do. And so coming out of where I'm coming from and being like, oh, I just don't want to do this, right? It wasn't fun anymore. And I couldn't help people because I just had a negative attitude about the industry in general. So now it's been such a shift. I feel like there's a huge weight off of me and I don't have that sense of like, hustle and crazy time. So I actually get up and look forward to reaching out to people. And when I say reaching out to people, I mean posting in my stories, talking about my life, like being, drinking my noni in the morning, like simple things. It sounds crazy, but like the simple things that you're actually doing every day, put it on Facebook, share it with other people. If you're a mom, talk about your mom stuff, right? That's what I'm doing during the day versus scheduling Zooms to schedule another Zoom to schedule 2 more Zooms or calls. Like I felt like I was constantly in busy work and I was following up with, team members and, making sure they got all their stuff done. And it was like, it was a job and I didn't want to feel that way. And so now I'm just excited about the product. I go into my customer group, I share testimonials, I touch back on people's Facebooks. I'm able to like just be social. I mean, it's crazy. I'm actually social now on social media. Go figure. Whereas before, I felt like it was a constant like hustle and sales thing, and that feels icky. Have you ever been sold to? Like, I can promise you, nobody wants to be sold to. They just don't. I don't care if you have the best thing since sliced bread. No one's going to want it if you don't present it to them in the right way, right? That's something that feels good. So my day looks like I get up, I drink the product, I take the noni, I do the drops, I might take a photo and I might share that, whatever it is. And then all I'm doing is like making a post, like Angel and James said, attracting people to my life, like getting them interested in what I'm doing, because that's really the key. We want to talk about what we're doing. If we don't talk about what we're doing and what we're experiencing, other people won't be interested. So now I get to do that. I have all the time in the world to do that, right? And so when I make that post, that curiosity post, I know exactly what I'm going to say. I mean, who wants to not think about what they're going to say? Like if I have 50 comments on a post, I don't care if you have 2 comments on a post, right? 2 people reach out to you and say, hey, what are you doing? What is that? What's that noni? Or what's those drops? How amazing is it that you already know exactly what to say to them, right? With the machine. It's very simple. Your words might be different. My language might be a little different than your language, but it's all the same. We're getting them to go to the page and get into the machine. So James, that's what my day looks like, is touching back to those people that are saying, hey, what's noni? Or hey, what are those drops you're taking? Right? And I just send them the link. I just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Check it out. That's it. And then if they come back to me and ask me questions, it's awesome. We're communicating. We're talking about stuff that I'm excited about. And I feel like instead of being a pressure in a job and like unhappy, like I didn't want to do it, I'm dreading doing it. Now it's like, I feel like I have my life back, that fun time back, that freedom to be social, and to help people. So that's what my day looks like. A lot different than it used to look like. I'll tell you that.
Sounds a lot different.
Amazing. And you don't have to be the expert.
Yeah.
Because I remember in my last company, I felt like because I was the health coach, right? Always had to feel like I was the expert. So then people then would turn around and think they had to be the expert when they would just verbal vomit all over everybody. Even though I said to send this script, they would send this script, right? So it allows you to take yourself out of it again and not have to be an expert.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah. And Kelley, just thank you so much for sharing this all with us. I hope it resonated with you tonight because everybody that's on this call this evening came on here for a purpose. There's a reason you're here tonight. There's no mistakes at all. If Pam invited you and you're like, I don't know, I trust Pam, I'll just get on and see what's going on. You're here for a very specific reason. And I just want you to feel empowered that whatever your background is, your experience, your education, your age, whatever that is, wherever you live in this world, we have a system, this team, this organization, this business has a system for you to get whatever level of success means to you. Whether that's, I want to make an extra 500 a month, or a 5,000 a month, or 6 figures a year, or whatever that means to you in terms of a monetary success. But this organization, this team, this is what I want to end on tonight, is it's more than that.
Yeah.
We've been in this industry for a long time. Same with Kelley. Money can be made really anywhere. It's one of the things I've learned. I've consulted with over 52 companies, and I've learned that no matter if you're selling pens or mouses or whatever you're selling, if there's a company out there and someone's making money at it, you can make money at it too. The question you have to ask yourself is that where I want to make money? Are those the people I want surrounding me where I want to make money? Because you can make money anywhere, because if one person can do it, that means you can too. And so I want you to look at this company and evaluate it as a real business filled with real people that will become your friends. And that was what it did for us, because we knew we could really kind of go to any company, use the same system, do the same type of thing. But this was a choice for us. This wasn't like, oh, we just used the product for a year and then we just became a business. We started day one because we knew the community and the leadership of this company.
Alignment.
It's huge. So I don't want you to miss that message by us talking about how to make money online and all these social media tactics and things we're talking about. It really comes down to, I want you to look at this organization, these people that are on here: Becky, Michelle, Mimi, Roxanne, Stephanie, Pam, so many amazing people on here, Joanne. And this is what this industry and this business is about. Exactly what Kelley said. This is a business about relationships and helping other people. And if that's what you like doing, welcome to the family. So Becky, I'll turn it back over to you. Any last thoughts as we close?
No, I'm just grateful to be here, and all of you are amazing on this call. And we couldn't do this without Becky and James either, because they are true servant-hearted leaders and they're always there for us whenever we need them. So thank you, Becky and James.
So much. Thank you so much, James and Jill. Can we give them lots of fire, lots of heart in the chat? And Kelley, thank you so much for sharing. That was so amazing. And I just want to end with this. If you're wondering, because there's a lot of things we haven't talked about, right? You might be wondering, what are products, right? What is this company about, right? Just so you know, our company has literally 25 years of experience, of history in terms of solid products, millions of testimonials and cuts. So this is not a new thing. However, you probably have never heard about Partner Co. because it's a new brand. And that's why we're so excited, because you're literally in this position. We're about to get to billions of dollars, but we're still small. So it's not as big as Facebook or Google or all these companies, right? And so if you are interested in more information and you're not a partner yet, okay, go back to the person that invited you to this call and ask for that link to the machine, okay? Because literally it's just a link and it has all the information already about products, about the company, and you'll see what we're talking about. And today we kind of opened the curtains so you can see how people are making it here. How are people making 6 figures in 6 months? How are people just sharing these simple jobs? And they have full-time jobs, they're moms, they own other businesses, and they're busy people, and they're normal, average human beings, and they're having a lot of fun, building a ton of relationships and impacting lives all around the globe. How are they doing that? So we peeled back the curtains a little bit to share this information. We're really hoping that it's impactful. But if you want more information about how to partner up with us, definitely ask your friend for that link, and then get back to them when you're ready to get started, because you already know we're not going to be bugging you, but the train is leaving and we're super excited for where we're going. But again, thank you, James and Angel. Thank you, Kelley. And thank you all for being here. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Thank you for being here. Love you guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, have a good night.
Bye. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Have a
Becky,
wonderful
and
Thank
Kelly.
you.
Thank you so much.
James.
Thank
Thank
you
you
all.
all. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Have a blessed
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank